Welcome back, everyone, to High Quality Trades, where I give you my highest quality trade setups in the market. Today, 100% free. Holler at your boy. Okay, if you're new here, this is the channel where we go over the highest quality stocks in the market, meaning only the top stocks with the highest market caps make the cut. So, Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Netflix, Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, Tesla. These will be the stocks we mainly trade on this channel. So if you're ready to make the highest quality trades of your life, like and subscribe. Thank you. Okay, guys, first up, we have the SPY on the daily time frame. Today, the SPY closed at new all-time highs in the market. How incredible. We were positive, 0.67% on the day. Now, let's drop down into the 4-hour time frame to get an intraday's perspective on what price is doing. And let's bring up my lines. Okay, guys, I've reformulated the chart here. So I got a couple new lines. Hope it's not confusing, but this is just ultimately the way I understand the stock market. So today we did run a test of support level at 542.15, but we quickly turned around. We broke through our 544.14 level and then skyrocketed even higher up to our 546.99 level and did break that. Now, I have put a downward sloping trend line on the charts, which we did break through today. I also have stuck a lower ascending trend line, support line on the charts, which does create a bullish pennant pattern, which does have a sort of fake out breakdown and then ultimately the skyrocket that we had today. Tomorrow we are looking for price to move up to the previous high here, which is 550.31. And then ultimately we're looking for this pre-market high to be taken out and then a push up to our longer term ascending trend line. There are a ton of orders sitting at 560, okay, on the SPY. So I now believe we will hit the 560 level ultimately before we fall. So I am now bullish on the market. We have got the 4-hour MACD to start curling up and creating green bars, so that's a bullish signal. Let's go over a trade I took today on SPY. You might be wondering why we got the dotted lines on the chart. So, because I took a trade on SPY today, I set my stop loss, and actually this was my entry point, right? So today I was watching the market, and it looked like we were going to get a bullish close on the 10 o'clock candle. So I waited patiently, right? And once the 10 o'clock close happened, I set an entry point, which was just 1 cent above this 10 o'clock candle, which ended up being 546.51. So once that alert went off on my phone, I ended up entering in some calls on SPY. Now what I'm trying to do is hold the trade as long as I can, as long as the MACD trades upwards, keeps with the momentum, and keeps creating green bars. Okay. A sell signal for me would be if my contracts so happen to be up 100%, then that would be an automatic sell for me. But I did purchase the next week. I think it's like next Friday's expiration. So ultimately I could hold for a couple days on this, but once I'm up a good portion on my contracts, I plan on getting out. Very cool. Okay, so bullish on the SPY. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Now let's go over the AMD trade we've been looking at. So AMD did have a good day in the market. This morning, I noticed the candle above our descending trend line here and entered in a couple calls on AMD. But guys, and I'm ashamed to tell you this, I did get scared out of this position early today. So after I'd entered, which was somewhere around 7:45 in the morning, I went into the 15-minute. And I think I even went into the 5. But so let's see, this candle was at 7:30. Okay, so then we got the 7:45 candle. So I think I entered at the top of the 7:45 candle when it opened. And then I just saw price retrace really quickly back down. So even though I had placed my stop loss at the bottom of this candle, for some reason, after I entered the trade, I just had a bad feeling about it. Just overthink it. I overthought it, which you should never do, right? Just keep it about the numbers, guys. If you can keep it about the numbers, you leave emotion out of it, and then you ultimately do what you say you're going to do. So you buy where you say you're going to buy, and you sell where you say you're going to sell. That's the easiest way to trade. It's not always probable. Like eventually you get emotional because it's real money, right? And sometimes you're afraid to lose, or you're up and you're afraid to lose some of your profit, right? There's many reasons people get emotional when they're trading. Okay, that is why the market swings in different directions, right? A lot of it is based on emotion. But ultimately, the best traders are the ones that leave emotion out of it. Okay, guys, went on tangent there. But so I did get scared out of this position. Sadly, I closed it for a loss, and then I moved on, right? I quit looking at AMD and moved on to just watching the SPY, which turned bullish. So then I ended up just trading the SPY today. But nonetheless, signals are still valid on this stock. Right? If I would have just listened to myself, if we were breaking above our downward sloping trend line here, that was an entry point to trade it up to the 164 level. I've taken the line off the charts, but that was the level to trade it up to. Now we've got a break of this smaller flag pattern. We should be headed up to the previous candle high here, which is 566.44, and then ultimately a gap fill, which is right here on the 4-hour. So sorry, I took the lines off the charts. Now I'm having to place them again. But so this level still needs to be hit for this gap to fill. So not saying it's going to stop there, but usually when a gap gets filled, it does encounter some resistance at the top of the gap. That would, if you're entered into this trade, definitely that's a good take profit. But if it still remains bullish, we could be going up to 569.17 as the next level of resistance. Overall, this is now looking bullish again. So congratulations to anybody who has traded this for a profit. Okay, so that is it on AMD. Obviously, if you guys watch market every day like I do, you will know that Tesla had an insane day. And now I feel stupid for even telling you guys that I was looking at it for a possible short. But, obviously I explained the reasoning behind why I thought that we were going to fall. I did place, so yeah, we have the 2 sigma upper expected move on the charts, which Tesla has also broken above, which I'm telling you guys, if you don't know anything about expected moves, okay, the options market comes together and they go over the price range for the week, right? The levels to where price is expected to get to or fall to based on volatility, I believe. gosh, I'm maybe speaking about something I don't fully know, but I do know a little bit. Okay, so the weekly expected moves have a 76% chance of price closing within that range. Okay, when we get outside of the range, like past the or up to the 2 sigma level, that's somewhere in the 90% range that price is going to close in between the 2 sigma levels. Okay, when we get outside of that, okay, that's a 3 sigma move, and ultimately it doesn't usually happen to where price closes outside of both the weekly expected move and the 2 sigma expected move. So we're going to have to see what Tesla does ultimately, but that 90% chance that Tesla at least closes within the 2 sigma upper expected move seems pretty likely to me. And so I personally am going to stay away from this stock now that it's kind of burned me like 2 or 3 times this week already. So these are just the levels, okay? We could get a retracement back to 218.56. Tesla is broken a resistance level from the low back in December 2023. So if it can stay above 228.31, it is possible that it can reach up to the next resistance level at 236.17. So these are just the levels, guys. I don't know where Tesla's going ultimately. Let's just see what price action does tomorrow. A better day trade that I have for you tomorrow is Netflix, okay? And the reason being, we do have a flag pattern on Netflix that is getting broken out of in post-market today. And the MACD is just barely about. I would say with pre-market trading tomorrow, we will get the start of some green bars unless we get some bearish action. Okay, if we don't get a green bar and a technical cross of the blue line over the orange line on the MACD, this is not a valid entry. But as long as the break of the trend line stays and the MACD turns green, then we can trade Netflix up to this level here at 668.72, and then ultimately even higher, I guess up to new all-time highs. We could take the distance of the price channel and just move that up as a quick range that Netflix can ultimately get to, but that puts us up to 695. So let's say if bullish price action continues on Netflix, I believe we are headed to 694.95. And what I would do is just enter on the break of the highs of this candle here at 681.68. So at 681.69, if we're able to break that high, that is an entry on Netflix to trade up to 688.72, and then ultimately that 694.95 level. Okay. And then your stop loss, I would just use the candle that you buy in at as your stop loss, the candle low. Okay, guys, that is all I have for you today. Thank you for watching High Quality Trades, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow. Goodbye.